Two peas
Two
in a
peas in a
bong.
bong.
Two peas in a bong. Two peas
Two
in a
peas in a
bong.
bong.
Two peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong. Two peas.
Two peas
Two
in a
peas
bong.
in a bong.
All right, y'all. Two peas in the bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
It's your boy KP.
And making my exit out of the fantasy playoffs, it's your boy Bone. What's going
Ooh,
on?
across all leagues.
Across most leagues.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been done.
Yeah, man.
I'm in two fantasy leagues, man, and we'll see tomorrow if I make it to the championship in both the fantasy leagues. I've got some action.
Mm.
Okay.
Good
Yeah,
luck to you.
it was a weird week, fantasy wise. Like a lot of duds, a lot of big names that you expected to do a little bit more than they did. But you just like, hey man, who had the few guys that went off? The James Cooks of the world.
The
You know,
Trevor Lawrences.
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence. Who started Trevor Lawrence in the
Travis
playoff?
Etienne.
Right. Like
Like,
all that, man.
Dallas Goddard, Trey McBride.
McBride for sure. Like, you know, hey, it was one of them weeks, man. But and you hate it had to be in the like for most people in the first week of the fantasy playoffs. Brandon Hallam was good. Was good with it, but you know, it is what it is.
yeah, yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
ready?
yeah.
Y'all ready to get into this?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's go.
We got to start with the first game, the Sunday night game, man. Cowboys and Vikings. I will give the floor to you guys as I know you two are Cowboys fans.
I've made peace. I am I am at peace with the results. I'm at peace with the Cowboys missing the playoffs because as I watched the Cowboys tonight, as I've watched them all season, it was apparent to me that this defense is not a playoff defense. It does not matter who you would see in the playoffs. This would not be a playoff defense. So I'm not disappointed that we didn't make the playoffs. I'm disappointed in how a potential Super Bowl season or a season where you can make a run to potentially get to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl could be wasted because you put no thought process in the defense.
Okay. Well, I was wondering where you were going, but okay.
I want to give you a chance to speak before I, you know, clear or before I deep dive into that point. But that's my initial thoughts, right? Like, if you had a serviceable defense, just serviceable, right? You don't have to be great, but you just can't be the worst in the damn league. Had the potential to have a season like the Washington team did last year. You got a rookie head coach. You catch everybody by surprise. George Pickens on the cheap for $3 million, like an offense that's primed and ready to go. What you've done is you've wasted that surprise year because next year, now we got every defensive coordinator's got a year of tape on this offense that you guys ran this year. So even if you look at the offense towards the back half of the season, these last couple of games, defensive had kind of caught up to what Schottenheimer's doing. They blitzing the fuck out of Dak. And I think that the pressure to overcome a bad defense has affected the Schottenheimer's play calling.
The I so okay, I'm gonna tell you where they lost me today. It was a concerted effort to get CeeDee Lamb the ball, right? They didn't have that same concerted effort to get George Pickens the ball. You got a Ferrari, man, and you're being challenged to a street race, and this car goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds.
It seemed like they told him, listen, CeeDee Lamb has the NIL deal. He's the guy we need to be throwing to.
And
get the money.
And it just seemed like it almost felt like it was pettiness from the performance against the Detroit Lions.
No.
That's what it seemed like. Like,
he wasn't going to him.
We're not going to feature you, and those 6 targets. Bullshit.
He wasn't going to.
Those are very misleading. Like a lot of those passes, some of those passes weren't catchable. The ones that he threw him and were catchable, he caught. He 3 receptions, 33 yards in a must-win game. Like, come on, man, you got to do better than that. You have to.
Let me say this. A lot of it had to do with Brian Flores being the defensive coordinator on the other side of the field.
Oh, he's
Dak was familiar with him.
But Dak was getting pressured damn near every play, and the tackles for the Cowboys were just letting defense in.
But Bong, I don't disagree with that, but that has nothing to do with whether you throw to George Pickens or not. Because if you can throw to CeeDee Lamb, you can throw to George Pickens. I think the point KP is making is that they made a concerted effort to throw to CeeDee Lamb. It was clear. But why could you not throw to Pickens as well? Like he's a big part of the reason why they had so much success this year, and they just didn't sell out across the board to me, offensively, and the defense was just what it is.
Go ahead, KP.
When the blitz was coming, Dak started checking down. And so you're checking down, you're hitting your receivers with shorter routes, you're hitting your tight end on a shorter route. Why not send George Pickens on a shorter route to make sure you get him the ball?
No, why not send George Pickens on a go route?
Why not just throw it to him? Just whatever route. Yeah,
what I'm saying is, but that goes back to my first point, and what I was saying was that Shoddy, the play calling was bad. You sold the NFL on Pickens being the slant master for 13 weeks or 14 weeks or whatever it is. When are you going to set up the counter to that? I haven't seen it. So
hey man, shit like that though. And I'm gonna say this to you, Bong, and I know you won't disagree. You can't disagree. It is on record with Des Bryant talking about the shit that he told, how he used to talk to Romo, and the shit that he told Romo, I think when they was playing the Panthers, where they were like, hey man, you supposed to run this out. He said, man, I ain't running the out. He said, if he press up on me, I'm telling you, I'm going. So fuck that. they called this, but this what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
they got to start doing shit like that on the field, like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and it starts with it does start with Dak Prescott.
Hey, DP, but that's where I think it comes down to play calling. Is that when you see, even when you see the routes to Lamb, Lamb is typically wide open. Like they've schemed him open. I need you to throw caution to the wind and really just throw a 50-50 ball up to Pickens
What
3 or 4
what
times a
what
game.
are we not? We're saying the same thing.
Right? No,
We are saying, why the
Yes.
fuck did you not do that?
Right. For sure. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying
it has nothing.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying it has nothing to do with the play calling. Has nothing to do with whether Dak Prescott will take a chance
It's a chance, yeah.
on doing that with George Pickens. It really don't.
Dak Prescott has shown throughout his career that he's the good soldier.
Well,
Whatever
then,
else-
well,
That's the
but
problem.
that's
That's
what
the
we're
problem.
saying.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't disagree
problem.
with you there. I'm just saying, like, this is a must win.
Yeah, it's
right?
do or die.
In a time where you're fighting for your life, you're in the hunt, your playoff life, you're in the hunt, and Detroit takes a L earlier, right? One of the teams that you probably are in the mix with and trying to get,
Green
beat
Bay
or whatever.
takes the
Yeah,
L.
Green Bay takes the L earlier. Like if you win this game, like you're right there. You're in the mix. You just need you make your case stronger. So
Thank you.
there's no sellout. What I was saying is they just didn't seem like they sold out for the win. They sold.
Al's last comment was also part and parcel why I'm saying what I said is that we can pick
But
apart the
that's an
Dallas offense.
excuse.
No, you have to take chances.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right.
You have
Hear
to.
me out. We can pick apart the Dallas offense for what they aren't doing or how they're misusing their tools and weapons and gifts, but it would not matter because it does not matter. Like JJ McCarthy had his best. Listen, JJ McCarthy had his best game since he was a college player tonight.
Great. But we know the defense sucks.
Yeah, it's been
we
like
know the defense is bad. That's
all
not even that's nothing new.
You can't in a
what does that have to do?
game.
Why would you not take chances because your defense is it doesn't matter. You can not take chances and they're still gonna be bad.
Because
take a chance.
Because again, you feel like Dak Prescott is great enough to get you from the 20 to the 20. Right? What we don't often project is that our all-pro kicker is going to miss 2 field goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody doubted it. Somebody doubted into him like, "Hey, I got you on that under."
So what we assume we don't have to take as many chances because we have a field goal kicker that can kind of make sure that we get points and stay on schedule. Right? If Brandon Aubrey makes his 2 kicks that he missed tonight, we're at a point. It's a 2-point game, a 3-point game? Like it's a different game. Not putting it all on him. I'm saying that we ask a lot of Schottenheimer as a first year head coach. Today, now y'all watched the game. You saw what he was saying on the sideline.
Yeah.
He was talking to Eberflus.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
I saw it.
Today he was like, "Come on, dog, give me something."
And I'm not.
I understand.
I'm not disagreeing with y'all.
I'm saying in a
we all say the same thing.
And
we all
Alf,
say the same thing.
but I'll say this, Alf, with this that you saying right here, I disagree. I wouldn't be saying he needs to check it down more.
Yeah,
If he throws this is what I'm saying. If he throws 38 times and only 6 of them are to Pickens, you can't have that. You can't have that in this game that you need. Down the stretch, you can't have it in any games. And you talking about what'd you say? Number 9 looked good against the worst defense. Bong, you saying he had his best game since college.
Yeah.
He was trying to get that bitch to Justin Jefferson
Yes, he was.
unsuccessfully, but
Yeah.
he was trying to get the shit to him. That's all I'm saying. Just try.
And it's I promise you, in the back of Dak Prescott's mind, I'm sure, is the fact that on the other side of the ball, Brian Flores is playing the fucking mind games. He's lining Nate Duke up at the line, and then on every other play,
nice.
he could drop 4 back, and then the next play he's sending all 8, and it's like, yo, he had a dude. Dak Prescott's arm was getting hit on every other play. As a contrast.
Oh, maybe on the ones where his arm was hit, maybe those were going to Pickens. So how many times?
I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying like there's no excuse why you don't find ways to scheme open Pickens the same way you find ways to scheme open CD.
Okay.
Your boy,
and
he has to hold that.
And Williams went down. So you don't even have the running game. I mean, shit. Man, fuck this, man. Fuck it. I'm tired of talking about these motherfuckers, man.
No. I just want to say this. I want to say this.
What more can I say?
Yeah.
I want to say this, though. Let me say this real quick.
And I hope it's quick.
But that's the frustrating part about how you fucked off this season with a rookie head coach. Like, how much pressure can you put on a rookie head coach to try and band-aid up everything?
Man,
y'all just not. You can't do that, man.
Can't do what?
Man.
You can't put the pressure. Look.
Hey, KP, he amping up because look, because Alf in here talking about I think the offense taking far too much scrutiny. Not gonna lie, man.
I did not see that. But all I'm saying, I'm just gonna say this. I just want to say this.
Hey, if I was a king, I'd be like, enough.
Let me ask you something. What? Couple things. Did the defense do anything different that they've done all season?
Yes, I don't think so.
No.
Exactly. Okay, so they didn't do anything different.
Cornerbacks looked a little better on some of them. I said on some of them.
Okay, so
like Bland played Jefferson pretty cool a couple times.
Okay,
when they were trying to catch him on some back shoulder throws in the end zone and shit.
McCarthy's just inaccurate.
So the defense. Okay, so the defense did nothing different. What did the offense?
He got cooked too with Naylor.
And then the offense, what did they do different? They didn't go to Pickens. That's why the offense is getting the scrutiny here, because the defense is the defense. It's been the same all season.
What I'm saying,
game, the offense go to your most consistent play.
Scotty boy. Way to come through, Scotty boy.
What I'm trying to get across is all games are not the same. Like, if you're playing great defensive minds, you can't expect to say, hey man, the offense is going to go out there and put up 40. It doesn't matter.
Who the fuck is saying that? We're not saying that. Motherfuckers said just try to throw it to George Pickens more.
Make a concerted effort to give the ball to Pickens.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it just had to be a sellout effort. It just didn't look like one. I'm agreeing with all the shit that you're saying too, Bong, because
we're all saying this. We're literally all saying the same thing.
We're all saying the same thing except for what I said, which is fuck this shit. Let's move on. We still making points about these motherfuckers, but go ahead. I ain't got nothing else to say about it.
I'm just asking that I guess you can't, right? It's Dallas. So you can't give grace to a first year head coach
You can't
when
give grace to
hold
any
on,
coach,
hold
dog.
on, hold
Any
on, You can't give grace to a first year head coach when the ownership slash management brings in the defensive coordinator before you ever get the job. And then they bring in a defensive coordinator that is a zone. He runs a zone defense, a zone scheme, and your personnel is filled with man corners. It's not even a good fit. It's a square peg in a round hole. And then the defense. So as the same criticism we're giving to the offense right now. Your secondary's bad. Every quarterback has the best game of their career when they play the Dallas Cowboys defense. If you know your secondary is going to get cooked, either way, what's the best thing you can do? Send pressure. You could drop 8 in coverage and y'all still get burnt.
I wanted to say, but I said I have nothing else to say
if
about
you're gonna
these
drop 8
motherfuckers.
in coverage, they dropped. It was a 4th down where they dropped 8 in coverage and they still gave up the first down. If you are going to struggle in the secondary, at least fire up the quarterback. Your quarterback on the other side is 10 times better than most of the quarterbacks y'all played, and he is getting pressured on every other fucking pass, bro. I think we pressured it's probably like 4 or 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We pressured JJ McCarthy once or twice the entire game.
And I will say to your comment of the square peg in the round circle, sounds like an Eggo waffle. Eat that shit up, make it work, and let's move forward.
Again, hey man,
what the fuck is going on?
It's the hey.
Not giving no grace to a coach, man. If you start giving grace to a first year coach, you got to give grace to players in messed up situations. Justin Fields has been in messed up situations year in and year out. He doesn't get grace. Trey Lance didn't get grace. Players don't get grace. So why are we giving coaches grace? You can't do that.
Again, whether we give him grace or we don't, the defensive coordinator got there before he got the job. He didn't get to pick his guys, right? So if you're going to bear the brunt of, hey, man, this defense stinks, fix it, I want to be able to talk to my guy that I brought in and been like, hey, bro, I got you this job. I can lose you this job, but you need to fix this, this, and this. We need to be on the same page because you're one of my guys and I fuck with your philosophy. But
It's the remix. I really don't have nothing else to say about these dudes.
You start going in and out, Bong.
I'm gonna let it go.
I need Romeo Cornell to get his grace, man, when he coached with the Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna need Antonio Pierce to get his grace when he coached with the Las Vegas Raiders and he wanted the quarterback and they didn't get him the quarterback that he wanted.
Graceful boot.
Like,
but you're naming
grungy boot.
You're naming black coaches who probably took on bad jobs in bad organizations because those are the only ones that had opportunities. And they knew going in that it was probably some boo-boo they were stepping in. But again, if you're offered a head coaching job, you're happy to take the job. So if you're Brian Schottenheimer and the Dallas Cowboys approach you and say, we have a head coaching job for you, you could probably look at that shit and be like, fuck, I can't stand the defensive coordinator. But it's the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to take the job. I'm telling you, we have a poor, like you said, bigger than the coaching, we have one of the worst organizations in the NFL.
Bong,
we're down there with the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Your internet is
but
kicking your ass.
You'd have turned it
Yo,
to Ghost
yo,
Dad.
your internet is blitzing you. Hey, hey,
You Ghost Dad on there. You Bill Cosby, dog. Ghost Dad.
hey,
Freshman, freshman, freshman,
Flores,
freshman.
Flores done schemed up a blitz on this nigga's internet.
Hey
Internet
man,
blitzing his ass.
I'm here until my remodel's done, man. So I'm gonna have to make it work. We got to get in the studio. That's what we need to do
No, for sure.
one of these days. But anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Fuck the Cowboys. They out of it.
So, what's next for Kansas City, man? They are officially eliminated from the playoffs, but even worse, man. Patrick Mahomes is out rest of the season, torn ACL.
Um, so what's next for Kansas City, huh? Uh, a long year after this one. Um, shout out to Pancake in the building. Because and man, somebody said it too. I don't know who it was on the broadcast, but they were like not during the game, but afterwards they were talking about football tonight, and they said that Patrick Mahomes, it will take him the year after next to really get back to where he's feeling cool, and that's what I always say, man. So this next year, it's a wrap. Like Kansas City, it depends on who they get in there, but I doubt that they'll be cooking like that. Um, they kind of go as he goes. Not kind of, they go as he goes, right? So he's the leader of that ship, and now you're without him for next season, and maybe he comes back toward the end of next season, but they would have to be in the position to where they're actually competing for a playoff spot or some shit like that for him too, I would think, or else there's no reason.
Yeah.
Listen,
Brandon Hallam.
hindsight being 2020. If it had to happen, you wish it would have happened in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, because then obviously it's a wash, right? It's a wash, and then you're back more than likely beginning of next season.
And you get
And even though he wouldn't be who he is today, next year, it would start his clock.
There
Exactly.
you go. The process is already in motion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and again, it hurts.
That's tough for them.
It hurts because Mahomes he's not like a Lamar, obviously, but he uses his legs.
Oh yeah. Even if it looks like it's a dainty run.
Yeah. Wow, this guy switching when he runs. Yeah.
A falling like the white chick running from the horror monster or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's gonna attack the rehab with all his resources and all his money and all that. So, but I was doing the math, and training camp would be like 7-8 months away, 7 months away.
Yeah.
That's not enough time.
Yeah, I don't think it is, man. I don't think it is.
He might be Adrian Peterson.
He's not.
Yeah, no.
He's not.
Adrian Peterson was a
Wolverine.
Freak of nature. Yeah.
Yeah. That's that Targaryen. Whatever, he did some Game of Thrones shit.
Hey, I said freak of nature. That reminded me. Pause. But did y'all see that that Tampa Bay documentary, the Raise the Flags? I think it's on Prime. It's pretty good, man. They go through the beginning of Tampa Bay as a expansion franchise, and how they were bad and all that stuff. They talk about how Doug Williams came in there. Doug Williams was cooking. Doug Williams doesn't get enough credit for the type of player that he was, right?
Because he's a black quarterback.
Right, coming out of Grambling, all that stuff. But they got to the Brady part. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but when I said something about freaks, he was talking about Godwin and who else was he talking about? Mike Evans. Godwin, Mike Evans. I think it was somebody else, but he said, "Oh, Gronk." So he said Gronk goes up and dunks the basketball because they were practicing at a high school when they were all. It was during COVID, so they were going to some prep school and practicing and stuff. So after one of the practices, I guess there was a basketball. So they was like, "Oh man, let's go shoot around or whatever." Gronk grabs the ball, dunks, and they're like, "Oh okay." So then Godwin throws the ball up off the backboard or whatever, grabs it, he dunks. So he's like, "Oh." Then they said Mike Evans grabs the ball, goes and like puts it through his legs, and then he dunks. And Brady said that's when he knew they was about to get busy. He was like, "They're all freaks." Like,
yeah.
It's about to get crazy in this bitch.
The funny thing is, and it's not talked about enough, that video that circulates on the internet from time to time of all the NFL wide receivers having a dunk contest. I think Barry Bonds
Back
was
in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mike Conley was in it.
Deion, fucking, it was some name that Chris Carter.
Yeah.
I think Barry Bonds was in that shit. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers is getting loose.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, 10.
Yeah.
Hey, NFL dudes is really like that though, but
Athletes, freaks of nature.
Yeah, man, shit is crazy. It's
Yeah,
different.
like Scotty Boy said, AP got bionic knees.
And most of these guys are way more rugged and athletic because they had to be. I finally started watching that Jerry Jones documentary and listening to Michael Irvin and all the shit that they had to go through back then. Half these receivers nowadays can't deal with that shit.
No.
Concussions back then, motherfucker get a concussion, he's staying in the game.
Oh yeah, you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and just think about it. Like they're talking about the weather and how cold it is at some of these games today, how cold it was. They -4, I think it was in Chicago or some shit like that, 23 degrees somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they were talking about Kansas City, how they built some kind of filtration system under some water system under the field that runs hot water.
Yeah.
And keeps the field warm.
Yeah.
In the cold weather. They had nothing like that. You hitting your head on a brick of ice back in the day.
Absolutely.
Somebody was talking about how they bumped helmets and the helmet just crushed, like went to pieces, like ice.
Yeah. That shit's crazy. Speaking of the snow, and talking about poor run franchises, I saw a report today that Cincinnati failed to like clear the ice from the seats before the game, and that's like a violation.
Oh
Like,
wow!
Yeah, man. Like you asking customers to come out here and pay to sit, and you not even going. I'm gonna pay my hard-earned money to come out here in the snow.
On a block of ice.
What did they say about it though? It's a violation. What are they saying?
I'm sure Cincinnati's gonna get fined for that shit.
That's crazy.
Oh, people, you better sue. My ass got frostbite.
Right.
My denim jeans were wet.
So, but
it took off my skin.
I don't feel bad for Kansas City. Man, they had a hell of a run. 7 years straight where the season ended at either the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's
and
a hell of a run.
Listen, that type of run is over.
Yeah.
It's done. Now, I'm not saying that they'll never be competitive and get back to a Super Bowl or nothing like that. Mahomes is young. If health is on his side after this injury, they have a chance. but you also have to see how he moves and how it changes his game and all that type of shit, right?
Yeah.
But the type of run that they've had, Bong, that you just alluded to, like that, they ain't doing that shit again.
No.
They got other positions they have to address also. What they
Yeah.
gonna do with the running back? Gronkowski, Kelsey's not gonna be there, so you're gonna have to figure out what you're gonna
Patrick
do with.
Mahomes takes the field next.
Yeah, exactly. Who was that said Kelsey's done?
I think it was Brandon Hallam.
Brendan Hallam said that, and somebody else said something too. But yeah, like, nah, it's over. That type of shit is over. But Mahomes will be back. Yeah, it was. Scotty Boy said it too. He said Kelsey probably gone this season.
So
Yeah,
me looking at it, man, it was sad, but it was reminiscent of Kobe Bryant with the Lakers the year they were trying to make that playoff run, and he was being overworked. It's the same thing when and he finally ruptured his Achilles. Patrick Mahomes was being overworked. You had Rasheed Rice that missed some time. You had all kind of offensive guys missing time, and this guy is, if it's not his arms, it's his legs. He's trying to win games, standing in the pocket, taking extra hits. He was doing everything he could to help his team win, just to get into the playoffs today. And just an unfortunate situation.
Are
And then,
there? Go ahead, finish that
and
thought.
then Gardner Minshew came in. I don't understand what Gardner Minshew was doing when he threw the interception, because they were in field goal range to tie the game up and send it into overtime. It just
It
it was, it
was.
was
I'll
bizarre.
put it like this, KP. I know you're about to say something, DP. It really wouldn't have mattered whether they won or not, because I think they said Kansas City needed three things to happen and they lose for them to be mathematically eliminated. The three things happened.
With a healthy Mahomes, I don't think they was
So the
doing.
three things happened with 3 weeks to go, which is Jacksonville won, Buffalo won, and one other
Texans.
team, and the Texans won. So with those 3 wins, they basically said if Kansas City lost today, they would be eliminated. So you would assume that all three of those teams won. So even if they didn't lose today, let's say Gardner Minshew comes in and wins the game, they're just waiting for their one loss to eliminate them.
Yeah, it's the same thing next week. Right.
Like, do y'all want to prolong this or just get this shit out the way real quick?
Yeah. Nah. And I was gonna ask you, KP, are there any other quarterbacks who are being overworked? Since you're saying Patrick Mahomes is being overworked, I want to know how that looks to you.
Dak Prescott's being overworked by trying to compensate for a defense that isn't helping. But I mean overworked in the sense like dealing with a bunch of injuries and still trying to make a push.
That's everybody, man. That's
That's
every
that's
team.
that's what I'm wondering. Like,
NFL, bro.
that's
the
kind of what
NFL.
I'm wondering.
That's the NFL. And guess what? You said he's being overworked. How many points did the defense give up today?
16.
Okay. You ain't being overworked. Your defense kept you in the game.
Okay.
And again, when we start talking about Patrick Mahomes being overworked, I'm going to ask you to pull up the defensive stats and how many points the defense is giving up on a weekly basis that Patrick Mahomes is being overworked with Rasheed Rice, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. You got options.
He didn't have those options the whole season.
It doesn't matter. CD missed a bunch of games. We lost 4 offensive linemen at one time. We have a revolving door at the tackle position. You just told me it doesn't fucking matter.
And I also told you that your quarterback was being overworked as well. So
You just said that. But
Jacoby Brissett is being overworked,
hey,
according to Brandon Allen.
hey,
That
Brandon
motherfucker's
Hallam,
throwing at least 40 times a game.
Brandon Hallam, hey, Brandon Hallam, Jacoby Brissett is securing his job for next year.
Oh yeah.
Jacoby Brissett is going to be a starter on somebody that needs a bridge court. Jacoby Brissett may have just earned himself a starting job with the Kansas City Chiefs next year.
Hey,
I'm just
hey,
saying,
hey,
yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Hey, for a 1-year stand-in, that could definitely be an option.
He's the new
It wouldn't be,
Tyrod.
and it wouldn't be a bad one.
He's
It
the new
would
Tyrod
not.
Taylor.
It would not be a bad one.
Yeah, a professional quarterback, man.
Yeah, because he was a starting quarterback with the Patriots for a little while, right?
Yeah, he was the bridge for Drake May.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure. A professional quarterback, an adult in the room, smart, can pick up multiple offenses. Jacoby Brissett has literally played himself into a job next year.
And you
Can't
know
tell
what?
me any different.
And after he was with the Patriots, he went to the Colts, who had a adult in the building today
Who?
that came back that's
Oh my
being called
gosh.
Uncle Phil.
Oh my god.
Ain't the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Shout out to the real Uncle Phil, but
The
they said
only Uncle
Phil is
Phil
in the building.
we recognize.
Right.
There
They
you go.
saying Uncle Phil is in the building. Tell me what we saying, Bong? Say that again.
The only Uncle Phil we recognize. Called the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. There will be no slander to Uncle Phil's name. This is
Hey,
Granddaddy. This is
hey,
Granddaddy Phil.
he didn't do bad though,
He didn't do half
right?
bad.
He didn't do bad.
Yep.
And that's listen, that's a testament to like somebody who knows the game of football. Cause to just come back literally off the couch,
Against one of the best defenses in the league.
and they were in it to imagine they win that game. They would be glazing for sure.
Just glaze.
Plays.
At the same time, though, you do got to give some credit. Like, hey, even if it's just managing a game, knowing how to manage the game,
Right.
like, dog, you
Came
can't
in,
overlook that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor still looked good. I thought there would be a fall off in what Jonathan Taylor did. There was continuity there. Again, coming in off the street and facing. I mean, the only other defense I felt like probably could have gave him a bigger problem than he faced today would have been Houston.
I was gonna say the Texans.
Houston would have beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
But again, respect to Philip Rivers,
And that old line for
keeping him
keeping
upright.
them up. Yep.
Playoff hopes is kind of slipping away, but I'm hoping they can. It's no, you know what? No. I'm not even.
You don't want the feel good story.
No.
You don't want the feel good story.
Because it all comes crashing down in the playoffs.
I guess I'm standing alone, man. I'll stand on my soapbox, man. I ain't feeling that shit, dog. Because again, I think about, okay, Philip Rivers hasn't played since pre-COVID. He was with Indy, and yes, he has some familiarity with staff member with the Colts. I believe he was a play caller. He was offensive coordinator when Philip Rivers was with the Colts last. And I'm not feeling it, man.
He's with San Diego.
Okay, it was San Diego. Okay, I'm not feeling it, man, because I think, as I said, I think of Colin Kaepernick. And I think of Colin Kaepernick not getting the opportunity and being forced out the league and working out for teams, and teams making a concerted effort to say, hey, man, we're passing on you and not giving him a chance. And I know he was better and in better shape than what Phillip Rivers was at 44, being washed up and getting a chance to play for a team that's contending to try to make a playoff spot.
So
Cam Newton took it as a slight as well, but
I'm not feeling that,
I
man.
mean, but they did it for all the reasons you started off with. Brother already,
You're
he already
always gonna.
played
I mean,
there. He's familiar with their scheme, all
you
that.
always
Like,
try to find. You're gonna find a reason when it's some bullshit. You're gonna find a way to say, hey, to sell the public on some bullshit that you're doing. But man, that man is 44 years old. He could barely move. A lot of his throw, he wasn't throwing deep. They weren't really opening the playbook to him. It was short pass, short pass, short pass. You telling
KP,
me, you telling me that you
he was supposed to have
telling you what?
full, he was supposed to have full control of the
no,
entire playbook.
I'm just saying, you telling me that you couldn't give Colin Kaepernick an opportunity like this, or you couldn't give Cam Newton
Hold
an
on,
opportunity like this, where
hold on,
it's check down, check down, check down. Cam
hold
Newton
on,
couldn't do that. He couldn't do
hold
what
on.
Phillip Rivers did today.
KP,
Could Cam Newton
Phillip
have did
Rivers,
what Phillip Rivers did today?
Phillip Rivers got in the building on like Thursday.
Bong, could Cam Newton have done what Phillip Rivers did today?
I hope so.
Okay.
I think so.
He could.
So
And at the end of the day, he didn't win.
But
So
there's a lot of uh I'm not gonna say there's a lot, but there's other guys, like you can name somebody else and they could probably, if they're in some type of shape, do something like that. But you
hear
gotta
me out.
give, if that person did it, I would be saying that person looked good
Here-
enough to manage the game.
Let me say this one thing. We have to separate the Colin Kaepernick situation from a Phillip Rivers situation. So if we want to have the football argument and we want to use Cam as the
Cam
as
Newton, I say,
prime
yeah.
example, then I can have that discussion with you. We all know as a society the reason Colin Kaepernick is no longer playing football, the reason why he wasn't able to get workouts and opportunities, it had nothing to do with football. So we're at a point now where we need to compartmentalize that and move past that because it was never about football. And he's gone on to parlay his lack of opportunities into other endeavors that will probably take care of him for the rest of his life. So Colin Kaepernick is not a victim. Let's start there.
You could still be financially in a good space, but still be a victim of something.
What I'm saying is, if you want to argue the Phillip Rivers thing, let's argue it from a football standpoint because the Colin Kaepernick thing had nothing to do with football. So I can't sit here and argue Phillip Rivers versus Colin Kaepernick because it could have been you and you would have got the job over Colin Kaepernick because it was never about football with Colin Kaepernick. So I just need to put that out there so that we can, because now we're trying to we're blurring lines, right? Where we start talking about Phillip Rivers got an opportunity over Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, it's not the same in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the Colin Kaepernick thing is layered. There's so many layers to that don't have anything to do with football. And yeah, that bed was made a long time
Payouts
ago.
were made, right, DP?
I'm still laying
settlements were made.
Yeah, like it just went into a different type of realm. Like, and
and Callan. Well, I keep calling this nigga Callan. Callan. And Colin Kaepernick was loud. That kind of put him in a place where there was no coming back from. Perfect example. Brian Flores is still suing the NFL right now, but he shows up for work. When they interview him, he don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he comes to work and is a professional defensive coordinator who doesn't talk about his active lawsuit against the NFL for collusion, wrongful termination. Like, he has some active cases, but when you see him on Sunday, they don't talk about it. Colin Kaepernick was willing to die on that hill and be loud about it. He took a couple guys out the league with him.
yeah. The difference though with that, and we could we start talking about it and all this stuff. Flores got another opportunity. So you can have if you have an opportunity and you're actively pursuing your claim against the league, right?
But that's what
Colin Kaepernick was outside looking in, so he wasn't on the squad anymore. So his, the way he was approaching it, you're saying he was loud or whatever, it would obviously be different than Flores because
because it,
Flores is in the building.
because no, it started. Colin Kaepernick's situation started while he was in the building.
I'm saying after when he's trying to get a job, when he's
Right.
trying to get his job back or get another job or opportunity with another team. But I understand where you coming from, where you saying that he was
Yeah.
doing that while he was still in the league. So okay,
I just, I just,
I
I
get
just want
that.
to, I just want to clarify that because it kind of just blurs the lines and it makes it a muddy argument of how the fuck is Philip Rivers getting an opportunity over Colin Kaepernick? Philip Rivers is getting an opportunity that 100 quarterbacks would get over Colin Kaepernick because they're gonna pull, um, you know, half these dudes as analysts off the set to come play quarterback over Colin Kaepernick because there's nothing political tied to their name.
Okay,
But
here are some quarterbacks who where's Derek Carr?
Their
that's
car's
a
playing with his
medical.
children,
Is he
That's a
okay?
retirement.
Where's Taylor Heineke?
drinking a Heineke somewhere. Somewhere drinking a.
Ain't
Is
he
that
backing somebody up now?
Heineke?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Is he?
I
I'm
believe so.
asking y'all. Is Desmond Ritter on the roster?
Isn't he the scientist? No, he's
It,
not the
no,
scientist.
no.
He wasn't the scientist. He was the one in Atlanta.
The
Yeah,
one that
is he on the roster?
that's the one that they said they would rather have than Lamar Jackson when Lamar Jackson was a free agent.
So not on the roster.
We talk,
Okay, not on the roster.
when we talk about you know um, the politics of the NFL. Lamar Jackson was a restricted free agent and nobody made him an offer.
Where's DTR? Dorian Thompson Robinson. Last played with Cleveland.
Yeah, he's probably in Canada.
Okay.
I'm just saying something.
All right. Where's Ryan Tannehill?
Ugh.
Uh, okay, I'm just
Hopefully Ryan Tannehill is somewhere relaxing and getting his checks.
where's Brian Hoyer?
Mm.
Damn, Hoyer old as hell.
AJ McCarron.
AJ McCarron's back in Alabama.
I get your point.
Okay, I'm just a Matt Barkley. It's like I'm just saying, it's a bunch of people we could just start. You know, We can start naming and going on and on and on. I mean, I there's a reason why they went after Phillip Rivers.
Familiarity.
That's why I say it's all the things that UKP started talking about.
Like when we
What
talk about
Scotty Boy said, Blake Bortles.
Said bring back Kyle Orton.
when we when we talk about owners and how the Rooney Rule has to be enacted, um, and how they just go through it as a sham interview, is because they got their guys,
Yeah,
right?
they already know who they want.
With this guy, and I want to bring him in, regardless what the Rooney Rule says. I don't give a fuck if this interview with the Rooney candidate is the greatest interview I've ever heard. It doesn't matter. So, for whatever reason, Phillip Rivers has a relationship. He was able to reach out, or they put feelers out to see if a 44-year-old man coaching high school football was willing to come and not only just play the rest of the season, but go on a potential playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
Good God Almighty. Are you serious? Anywho, let's keep it moving, man.
It is insane.
D. Riley, what
Yeah,
up?
Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football.
Johnny Football.
We started talking about injuries in Kansas City, and there was another injury. The Packers, they won the battle, but they lost the pivotal piece.
Shout out to Micah Parsons. Hopefully he has a full and speedy recovery. Same thing for Mahomes, full speedy. I hate to see dudes go down with injuries, man. I hate to see it. Don't matter what team they own. I don't care. I do not like to see it. And I feel bad for Parsons. I know he wanted to do well this year, was doing cool. They were in the mix, still in the playoff hunt. And you got to think, or you talk about Mahomes and you guys are talking about him running around and all that stuff. Like, let's think about Parsons and what his effectiveness is predicated on. Like, he's explosive,
Fast twitch.
Yeah.
Bendy, real bendy at that hip to knee area.
Right. And as a defensive player, when you're going down in the stands and coming out of that, like, how does that look now?
Yeah.
Like, you would, like I say, I remember, when I tore my Achilles, having to like push off more off the other leg than the right leg, pushing more off of my left leg, or, being conscious of where I'm planning before I push off. Like, it's different. So, and again, these guys are ridiculous athletes. So I'm sure Parsons will come back and to some form, maybe not be the Parsons that he once was, but still effective, right? And who knows, maybe he will be, because he'll have a chip on his shoulder because of doubters, people doubting that he'll be what he once was. But I just hate to see it, man, and I just wish him well, man.
And let me just add to that. I'm glad that he got his money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if this happens last season while he was fighting for his contract? You remember the game?
He'd still be a Cowboy
for the low school.
Right.
Do you remember the game where Earl Thomas got hurt and he was playing for Seattle, and as he's being carted off the field, he's saying fuck, I don't know if it's to Pete Carroll, talking to Pete Carroll. And it was a year that he was chasing money. right? And it
And
was like,
decided
man,
to go out there and play. I remember that shit. Yep.
and you know that
Damn.
fuck you to Pete Carroll was basically saying, "You dirty motherfuckers making me fight for my money."
And now look,
What happens? Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
crazy.
um,
Man, that's a whew.
it's it's also like something you can show players when these agents are talking to them about, hey man, don't touch that field, don't get on that field until a deal is signed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, because we got mad at Micah, and Micah wanted. There was times during training camp where Micah wanted to be out there. He wanted to get into the drills and do this stuff. His agent was on the phone with him like, "You motherfucker, if you don't sit your ass down, so
Yeah. Yeah.
let me sort this shit out."
And now you got Jerry Jones somewhere with them pearly yellers smoking a cigar, talking about he's smoking a Micah pack. Like
Jerry
knew we
Jones
shouldn't have done it. Like,
Jerry Jones is, you can mark my words on this. Jerry Jones is going to come out and say some crass ass, make a crass
yeah.
ass comment.
Wait for
Some
it.
like he's such a
Yeah.
golly, bro. He
Yeah.
has no class, bro. Zero.
Yeah, man.
Jerry Jones is going to come out and say some goofy shit about he's going to give you an "I told you so" about Micah. Damn near like he saw it coming.
Oh, and then Alf clarified, the resident Seahawks fan, he said that FU was to the ref that didn't call the illegal hit that got him hurt and to Pete Carroll.
Okay.
He said he addressed it on the podcast a few years ago.
Okay.
Shout out to Alf.
Just keeping us locked in
Yeah,
with the
Alf is
Seahawks.
always on it. Pause.
Yes, indeed.
In other news,
Keep it moving.
the Rams' high octane offense too much for the Lions.
Man, and listen, this is a game where they're separated by a touchdown. So it's not like Detroit is trash. Detroit is just too inconsistent. And the Lions are, it's the, like Bong, I think Bong had agreed when we were talking last time, it's the Seahawks and it's the Lions. And now,
The Rams, you mean?
I mean, the Rams. I'm sorry. It's the Seahawks and it's the Rams. And now, you starting to look at other teams. The only one that's kind of creeping up there in the mix as far as like the defense, and they need their offense to show some more consistency, is Houston. Other than that, Green Bay's inconsistent. Detroit's inconsistent. They fall in the same boat. Both took L's today, right? We talked about that earlier.
We just don't respect Caleb Williams in Chicago enough at this moment.
And it's I mean, they're winning, but it's like, are you sold?
Yeah.
Are you sold? Like,
yeah.
and I'm not gonna say that I don't respect them, because I respect what they're doing. It's just you got to see them when they're really in the mix. Like, I got to see them in the playoff game.
That sounds.
I see him in the playoff game.
That sounds like a respect thing, DP.
No, I respect what they're doing. I'm just saying.
I know, but you're saying, but I still got to see him in a playoff game.
Yeah, that doesn't say that I don't respect him, though. I want to see him in the playoffs.
Okay.
Like first round exit would be like, okay, well, you good. You guys are coming along.
For who?
For
The
Chicago.
Bears.
The Bears.
I'm saying you guys are coming along, but you're not ready yet, right? But if I'm sitting up here, like, am I saying, when I talk about Super Bowl contenders, and I think the two best teams are in the NFC, they're not one of the two. I don't think they can beat the Seahawks. I don't think they could beat the Rams. Period. So if there's a second tier, then put them in there with Green Bay and the Lions.
Let me say this about the Rams, and I can only refer back to the team I know and love because we just played Detroit. Their lies the difference between a Brian Schottenheimer calling an offense and a Sean McVay calling an offense. Sean McVay's offense was dynamic regardless who had the ball, right? I mean, the tight end gonna beat you over the top for a big boy touchdown. Either running back can get the fuck out of there and go get you a long touchdown.
Don't say
I
that
love
to
Javonte
KP.
Williams.
Don't say that to KP because he ain't really
No,
rocking with
listen,
Corum.
I'm
Coming around.
yeah, I'm coming around.
Okay.
As the fantasy season is dwindling down, I'm
Because I've been saying Corum is all right, man.
I'm setting my personal feelings aside, but I do have Kyron Williams on my fantasy team.
Okay.
That is bothering me at some point.
So think about that. You have Devontae Adams goes down late in the game.
Yeah, hamstring.
They dial up a deep throw to the tight end, Parkinson, right after. Like, oh nigga, if you go down, we got something to come behind that. Now, Puka went down for a second, ended up being cramps. Now he goes down. Now we talking about something totally different. But you got Matt Stafford, a great quarterback, right? He's having a great season.
Whoa!
Talk about Scotty Boy?
No, I'm talking about Bomb. Hold on, what?
You said called him a great quarterback?
Wait, hold on.
Called him a great quarterback?
Rewind.
Yeah.
What?
So I followed that up by saying he's having a great season, right?
He called himself. Called himself.
Look at Ball. Letting out the love.
But hear me out. What you allow him to do is to be aggressive and get down the field and give him the whole playbook. But again, you're talking about a well-oiled machine that puts resources into their team, right? My biggest knock on Javonte Williams as a Cowboys fan is he's a thumper, but he ain't getting away from nobody. There were runs tonight that he had that if he had any burst, that motherfucker was going 40 or 50 yards for a touchdown. But they were just good 10-yard, 15-yard runs. Hold on, DP. It's not even about them, but I'm talking about the Cowboys also have a 6, I think he's like 6'7" or 6'8" tight end, Brevin Spanford, who is a dog. He don't get enough action in games because
target today.
Because of the politics involved with how they do business. And what I'm saying is when I see the Rams, it's about timely plays on defense. It's about shot plays on offense. We're dynamic. We are going to attack you down the fucking field. Like, and the run game, with everything. And when you have that and you have a coach that's really got his players bought in and they got a system that everybody knows that, hey man, this is how we're going to run it, it's hard to beat.
Yeah, but the Rams defense wasn't, I mean, you could say timely plays, but they gave up 34.
And they were actually losing 24-14 in the first half.
Like, I don't know, man. I hear you, but
what I'm saying is, if you were just saying this, you were just agreeing to what I'm saying earlier.
What are you saying? Please tell me so I can tell you if I agree with it or not.
If you're going to be a dynamic offense that can get into shootouts like this, you have to have all your weapons and you have to utilize all your pieces.
So can you stop right there? Yes. There? Agreed. But then you keep throwing in the defense thing. That's the part I keep saying. I don't know why you're throwing. That has nothing to do with the defense. The Rams are just killing regardless. If the defense wouldn't have stopped them, then Detroit would have beat them, but the Rams would have still put up 40 something. But the defense made timely plays or whatever you said, but that has nothing to do with the offense is just out there wrecking shop. They don't give a fuck. They're wrecking shop.
It's not that simple, DP, because the Rams defense.
What I'm saying to you is,
hold on, let me say this. The Rams
you've been
defense
saying a lot.
The Rams defense has won them games, though, DP.
We talking about today's game. What are you talking about? That's what I'm addressing. Now you're talking about something else. I'm saying today they had to score 41 points to win. That's not saying that the Rams their defense was locking shit up. They wasn't. The offense scored 41 points. They're getting, and I'm saying the offense is getting busy independent of whatever the defense does. The Rams offense is still more consistent than Dallas's offense has been. That's all I'm saying. I don't disagree with you where you said that they're a well-oiled machine. They're getting everybody involved and all that stuff. There is where I agree with you, because what you were saying earlier is Schottenheimer isn't scheming it up the right way. He's not utilizing everybody on the field like that. There is a difference, and I agree with that part. But I'm not always tying it back to the defense is letting you down, so you have to play a certain way because the defense stinks. Like what?
Now, I believe that there will be games when you play high-powered offenses where you're going to have to score points. And the Rams, it's okay to do that when you're the Rams, because there are games where your defense will win games for you, right? Beating the Texans 14-9. Beating the Ravens 17-3. Beating the Jaguars 35-7. Beating the Saints 34-10.
What is your point while you're reeling all of the scores off? What's the point while you're reeling all the scores off? What is the point?
Because what I'm saying is it's easier to get into a shootout type of game. It's easier for your offense to feel like, hey, okay, today we're gonna have to put it on our back, because the defense doesn't require you to go out there and put it on your back every fucking game.
What I'm saying to you is, if you're just a potent offense and you're shouting out McVay, saying that he, schemes it up well and does his thing because that's just who they are. McVay is who he is. Regardless, he could have Eberflus and he would still be scheming his game up with his offense the way that he does.
And they wouldn't be a playoff team if he had Eberflus.
But the offense would be doing what it's doing. You're saying you're attributing the offense for Dallas underperformance in some parts to the defense. I can't completely agree with you on that. That's what I've been saying to you. Like, if you are a well-oiled machine and you can scheme it up and do these things, there should be nothing. What your defense does shouldn't stop what you do on offense. I can't agree with that.
Hey, Scotty boy, I'm not giving the Rams credit. I'm giving the Rams all the credit in the world. I've been on record as saying McVay is the best play caller in football. I think number 2 would be the guy out in San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan. Like, these are master offensive minds. I think Schottenheimer is not in the same stratosphere as those guys, but he's in the upper echelon of play callers. All I need to see was the co-practice between the Cowboys and the Rams in training camp, and the fact that the Rams and the Cowboys agreed that they weren't going to do certain things, right? We're going to be vanilla. We're going to do a little bit of this. Rams got the kick in their ass with the vanilla shit. So Schottenheimer had to dial up something that they said they weren't going to run because he was frustrated because Sean McVay was whooping his ass with vanilla shit. That nigga was giving you, nigga, this Niggas page one. Then we get to the dudes that's not even gonna make the roster.
So
but but
it was
Bong,
the
but
Neapolitan ice cream, and he was only scooping out the vanilla.
hey,
We ain't
but
even giving you the strawberry and the chocolate. Just take some of this vanilla, man.
hey, but Bong. Hey, that's where you just grab the spoon and just swipe through all three of them.
Yeah.
What are you doing? We didn't say we were doing that. No, hey, but Bong, that's where I'm saying I agree with you. It's levels to it. That's all I'm saying. The only thing is, I just don't think you would see a drop off with McVay if you had, even if you swap defenses. I think the offense would still be potent. We were saying, hey, Dallas, you're gonna be in a lot of shootouts this year.
And for the low, the Dallas offense is coming into this week was the number one offense. So it statistically has been better. But what it's when we talk about levels, it's Sean McVay probably wouldn't stand for Eberflus to be there in the first place. And if they buy
but see, it goes back to the defense.
No. I'm just talking about when we talk about just how there would be no fall off from the offense. I don't think McVay would stand for that. The same way Shanahan, he had a defensive coordinator, and even though they put San Francisco in a position to win the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, they ultimately lost in overtime, and they fired the defensive coordinator that got them to a Super Bowl, because there's a standard organizationally that we're not going for the bullshit. And that's what it still comes back to that. I just think that the Rams,
but in that case, you would say the offense was doing its job and the defense just couldn't.
No, the defense did its job. I believe they held Kansas City to less than 19
No,
points.
so who are you saying got rid of the DC?
Shanahan got rid of the DC after the Super Bowl because they ended up losing it in overtime in a game where they held Kansas City to 19 points in regulation.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
You feel me? Like, it's a standard. So San Francisco, the Rams, Philly. Watch what Philly does. They think this offensive coordinator ain't shit this year. Bet. Next year, that motherfucker's gone. We're going to bring somebody else in that's going to get the job done. And we don't care if we have to pay that motherfucker to stay home.
Better get it done.
But, yeah. Anyway, what else we talking about? What we got? I know we're about to get up out of here. Got places to go, people to see.
The battle of the AFC East supremacy. You had the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. New England was up 24-7 at halftime at home and found themselves on the opposite side of victory.
Yeah, I mean, it's another one of those games though. It's like if you had questions about Buffalo, right? And they're answering, saying we still in the building, like we're here, like don't forget about us. And then if you had questions about whether New England is for real or not, it's a close game. Like, did they give it up, KP, or give it away? They were in a position to win, but again, it's not like they got smacked. Let's say that.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, so to answer your question, did they give it away? If you're up 21 at home and you still lose, you gave it away.
Yeah, I mean, that was a rhetorical question. Like,
okay,
yeah, I said, did they give it up, KP? I mean, pause.
Yeah,
but I mean, but did they get smacked, right? And that's like if the game we just talked about, where we were talking about Detroit and the Rams, like that's why I can't necessarily say that Detroit is not You just dismissed Detroit. They were in the game.
They were controlling
They
the
were
game.
right. It's
Yeah.
the same thing with them. If some things happen, a play here, okay, now it's a different story. So I think they are who we thought they were. I think New England is still cool. I think they're in the mix. And it just shows you it could be a toss up. Maybe if they played again next weekend, New England ends up winning. Who knows? It's just like that to me.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Vaughn.
I was gonna say growing pains. Growing pains. That's
That
it.
too. That's
it. They came out, got busy, and thought they could take their foot off the gas. And I would rather them take that loss during the regular season, but I'm almost certain if they play Buffalo in the playoffs, they're gonna beat the shit out of Buffalo.
Oh, you think it's a wrap like that?
They're the better team.
Hmm.
I
Momentum
saw the
got.
look.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm
KB.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
saw during in the second half, in the start of the third quarter, even the whole second half, I saw the look on Mike Vrabel Ditka's face, and he's looking like, I just need the clock to run out so that we could secure this victory. He didn't look confident when Buffalo went down and scored, and it was, and they were down 10. He didn't look confident. And it's like, damn, you're still up 10. That's 2 possessions. But the confidence was gone.
Look, I don't think it's
Momentum
I
is
really
real.
don't. Yeah, and I'm just saying the end result is far. I mean, New England is still number one right now. It didn't change anything. It probably gave Buffalo an even stronger, case as far as creating separation between the other AFC squads to get in the mix as a wild card, because that's what's going to happen with them. They're not going. I don't think they're going to win that. You're saying AFC East supremacy. I don't think that they'll end up winning.
They left the door open.
They left the door open. They did.
If they won today, it's shut. They've clinched.
True, but that goes back to Bong's point about growing pains. Like they have to figure this out. This is, and I'm not saying Vrabel is a like a first year coach, right? We know that he's not.
First year with the program.
That's where I was getting to. This is his first year in New England, and then May is still, a young quarterback,
second year.
So it's I'm not I would be putting too much on it if I was sitting here like, oh shit, New England is in trouble. Like I'm not feeling like that. Is what I'm saying.
I think they're the better team. But momentum is real. And that look you saw on Vrabel's face could have been like, damn, I know momentum has shifted. And a lot of times, in order to switch that momentum back, you need a dynamic play. You need something like a big game-changing play.
Mm-hmm.
And it never happened. And
but could happen in another,
But don't worry, I think Buffalo is
are they a pretender to you, or are they for real?
They on borrowed time.
Okay.
I don't think they're pretenders.
And I'd say this, prior to this Dallas game, I was rooting for Buffalo because I needed them to be playing for something when they played the Eagles.
Philly.
But now that is all but over.
Mm-hmm. Don't matter.
It does not fucking matter.
Yeah, don't matter.
I will not root for Buffalo.
No.
But again, I think New England's the better team. They're buttoned up.
Yeah.
And
I don't disagree with that.
The worst thing that could happen is the AFC lets this young New England team make a deep playoff run.
It's possible. It's possible.
But if we talk about the script writers, though, DP,
Philip Rivers gonna get in there
if we talk about the
and
script
do
writers,
something.
they want Josh Allen to be a top
Oh
three.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I agree with that.
you just open that 2-year Michael Jordan window.
Oh, with Mahomes,
Yeah,
out.
94, 95. Yeah, yeah.
This
Rockets, Hakeem
this
Olajuwon. Yeah,
this would be the year to capitalize, and it's just at this moment, I'm not so sure that they're the strongest team.
Yeah. This year, next year is the 2 years. Those are two Michael Jordan baseball Chicago Baron years. So
Bong,
yo,
don't let
the Birmingham.
don't let your boy Rogers get in there and something happen and he gets a W and they end up. Remember what I was saying? I say he gonna come back another year. Don't look.
That's so nasty.
right. It's a nasty team.
Ooh-wee.
That is nasty.
He's a nasty team. Hey, Brandon Hallam, we about to find out who the Hakeem Olajuwon in the NFL is.
Who was the?
How
Yeah,
about the
this will
how about
tell
the
you.
AFC?
Yeah, this will tell you now.
And speaking of the AFC, a storm is brewing in the AFC South. You have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who just won today, 10-4. You have the Houston Texans, who just won today. They're 9-5.
I'll take the Texans.
You have the Indianapolis Colts, who lost today. They're 8-6.
Texans.
Are all three of these teams going to make the playoffs?
Possibly. Well, no, one's out. One's out.
Yeah. And
One's
who wins
out.
the division? Who wins the division? Who
Right.
goes to the big house? And who goes to the doghouse?
As it stands, it looks like the Colts would be the ones who be out. Right? Because we were just talking about Buffalo. They look like they're going to be in.
Yeah.
As a
Buffalo,
wild card.
yeah.
So it looks like the Colts would be the ones who are out. I think Houston may end up winning the division. Don't they play the last game? Who's the last game against? Isn't it Houston and let me see. Check their schedule real quick.
We were laughing at Jacksonville though.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm still not a believer in Jacksonville, and they keep winning. I'm not gonna lie, and he just played his behind off, and I think he was supposedly hurt. He had messed up his ankle, like pregame or something like that. So they had him listed as hurt. Talking about Trevor Lawrence. I said, man, if Trevor's ankle is hurt, you may need to do that more often because man, he was unstoppable today.
Yeah. I mean, listen, first year head coach, who's also the first year play caller, got off to a rocky start. Over the last couple of weeks, they starting to right the ship. Let's give credit where credit's due.
Last game, by the way, for the Texans, it's the Colts.
Yeah, I believe Brandon Hallam put that in the
okay. Yeah, I was trying to Texans versus Colts. Yeah, he just put it up there.
Oh,
yeah. It's the Colts.
So again, let's give the same way we can come up here and we can criticize. I'm a huge criticizer, right? I'll criticize a motherfucker when it's not going right, but they have had to endure some of the bullshit, and they still got 10 wins. So
Jaguars, you saying?
The Jaguars, absolutely. And the last, the last couple weeks. Now I know the first game was against the Titans. They put up 25. Then against the Colts they put up 36. Then against the Jets today they put up 48. So Trevor Lawrence, busted damn near 250 against the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 250 and 2 touchdowns. Today against the Jets, 330, 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, that offense is coming along. They're starting to build a little trust between the head coach and even against the Titans, 229, 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
he's using his legs as well, so he's getting it on the run as well. So again, this is when we talk about wide open. Mahomes is gone. The boogeyman is officially dead.
Man.
The AFC is the definition of wide open.
And I was just talking to my pops earlier and just telling them, like, I can't. I said before New England lost today, I was like, you may say New England's like the strongest team in the AFC, maybe, but I was like, I would put money on Houston being up there at the end of the season.
Their
If
defense.
if their offense could have some sort of consistency,
And
right?
the offense is rolling, coming
Yeah,
around.
it's coming, and and I told him, I said, but Stroud was out, you know, he could be coming to form and all that kind of stuff, but when you look at that and say it's wide open, Bong, I completely agree. And there's a good team that's gonna be left out because you got two 10 win teams right now. Because we ain't even say nothing
Yeah.
about the Chargers. And
Yeah.
then the Broncos clinched, right? Aren't they the only they clinched, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
They did.
it's
A
wide
storm
open.
is brewing.
Yeah. Yeah, not just in the South though. Not just in the South. It's just the AFC. The South is going to be
Yeah.
crazy though. The South is going to be crazy just to see how it plays out. Had the Colts won today, then it'd be looking even crazier because then you have two 9-win teams right by each other who play each other if they were to just hold the line
Yeah.
until that last game when they meet up. But crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And last but not least, who will win the NFC South? You got New Orleans, who I guess they just got a way of beating teams, man, that are supposed to win the division. Because
Yeah.
last week they beat Tampa Bay,
Tampa Bay.
and then this week they beat Carolina.
Tampa Bay probably gonna win it. Yeah. I
And they get to
think
host a home game
yeah. Yeah.
against a team that's probably going to have a way better record than they do.
Yeah. If I look at who like a difference maker, I think Mike Evans is a real difference maker for them. And they're getting him back. First game he did cool. I think it makes him better. They probably, get a couple more wins than the Panthers do. I think I would give the edge to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it doesn't.
The Panthers tricked it off too, by the way.
And I just don't think that as much as we love the Tampa Bay Bucks because of the brand name, because of the stability with the organization, the quarterback has matured into a professional quarterback. But he's a tough dude. He plays through injuries. I believe he's injured now. It doesn't matter. I don't think either one of these teams, whoever wins the South, could get beat on at the crib week one of the playoffs. The only thing I'll say that I'm looking forward to, if if everything holds as is the road to the Super Bowl going through LA. And the reason I say so is not because I live out here and I, you know, want to sell parking in front of my house for $100 or whatever the fuck.
Well,
But
let me stand out there and act like it's my house. I'll sell it for $100.
but for the fact that you don't have weather playing a factor in meaningful games, like why the NFL still has outdoor stadiums in cold weather. Like having an outdoor stadium in Buffalo is some stupidity.
Well, because they probably will argue it takes away from the essence of the game.
Yeah, fuck all that. But I would love to see the road to the Super Bowl going through an indoor stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. So to answer your question about, well, I posed the question, who will win the South? I say the Tampa Bay wins. I think out of the two teams, they have the more complete team. And uh, contrary to what you said, Bong, I think Tampa Bay can shock a team and can win, especially with having home field advantage
But
in
won't.
that playoff game. They beat Seattle earlier this year in Seattle. Who else it was another team that they beat as well. They beat the 49ers. So if the 49ers are able to make it into the playoffs, that's two teams that they beat.
Their best shot would be the Eagles, Bears. That's it.
I hear you. I think they can.
They gave us a little short list. The end. The end. Man,
Oh man.
that's a meaningful way to wrap this thing up. KP,
Yeah.
do all the theatrics before DP cuts you off, man.
Oh man,
All right,
good
y'all.
work.
Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Hey, as always, man, I give him 5, 4. Okay. Ooh, see, I
Hey,
gave
man.
you. Hey, look, KP, I could have got you and then fucking balloons the hell out of here.
You
I
could
gave
have.
you 5 seconds this time.
You could have.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all rocking with us. As always. 2 peas in the bong. We out.
Peace.